Alright, what's good, people? We are finally here. We are just parked for Comic Con, and I am an hour behind, but what I want to do, and I unfortunately missed the opening ceremony. But hey, we're here, and we're just gonna get to it. Located in Birmingham, Alabama, Con is Alabama's biggest convention ever that I always love to go through time and time and again each and every year. And I'm just going to take you guys through my journey at the convention through all 3 of these days. So this is day one, and I'm just going to say again, not say again, but say ahead. I apologize for if you see the video go focusing. That's literally the camera like focusing on each and every subject. I'm still fiddling around with the Pocket 3, but it works tremendously well. And right now we're just going through the skywalk area that is connected to one of the main areas that you're going through. And the skywalk area is pretty cool, pretty chill place that you'll see a bunch of people come here to rest, chill, and mingle. And you can see all of the people dressed in their cosplays just waiting around for the events to go on. And coming up very shortly is the actual main lobby area that everyone is crowds around a bit. On the left, you can see pre-registration. Those lines are getting a little bit died down because this is quite around the time that not pre-registration is almost over, but everybody's like who came early is getting to the end of the pre-registration line. And me, I didn't pre-register. I'm going in to pay for my stuff. But off to the right, you've got disability services, and you can already see, even on Friday, it is crowded. You'll have to excuse yourself to get through a bunch of people, but it is a glorious time to see everyone having a good time, linking up, meeting up with each other for a great time. So, after getting registered and meeting up with my plus one friend for the convention, we decided to just take a good look around to get everything on footage, just to show the entire area what the convention has to offer, at least on day one, because a lot more things are going to be not opened up, but more things are going to be done. So after the main lobby area, one of the connecting areas is another hall, another wing. And in this area, the dividers are actually not torn down, but separated. That connects both this area and the other area, which you just saw, which is the video game area. So right now, this is like the VR area by VR Villa. And then next to that is the convention foam fighting done by another place. And you're able to freely go in without paying anything. Just go in as long as you go through the safety tutorial / rules, everything. You are free to pick up a foam sword, a foam shield, and just have at it with your friends or strangers. You can do like all out wars, you can do one-on-one fights, you can literally do anything. And they even hosted a 1v1 foam fighting tournament, which happens on another day, and I got a lot of footage of that as well. Besides that, next to that, you had some of the con games are going on, but right now it's more free play. They had a little bit of what's it called? Not horseshoe. Cornhole. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, cornhole. Yeah, a little bit of cornhole going on, and then later on, I spin back around to look at the other area, and that area has a bunch of organizations, those be it nonprofit or other people that are trying to promote things and to spread awareness on what they want to do, and a couple of fan panels as well. And then after that is the main area that I like to stay in and frequent, the video game area. With not the video game area, the arcade, where there is nothing but arcade machines, video game consoles, and it is just heaven on earth for me. Okay, the arcade area of Camicon. I mean, any like convention is my space. It's where I would go to chill and hang out and just be me. There are so many arcade rhythm machines to try and play. Like if you ever wanted to try out one of those fancy things you probably seen online, this is your chance. You get to experience something that you really don't see that much anymore, like in the Western area, unless you go to like some really specific place. And even if you do, that's like in one, maybe two, five handful of states in general. And even if you do, it's probably not going to be to this like degree. I mean, this is like a small place. If you were to go like overseas to Japan or any place over there in like the eastern side countries, they have much grander scale of places like this. Like you'll see lines of crane games. You will see lines of vending machines and gacha games. You will see lines of rhythm games like DDR cabinets, pump it up. It's crazy. And to experience this only like once a year is a joyous time, like especially for me. I love rhythm games, and just to play some of my favorites and even to try out some new ones is amazing. Like who like we seen the anime Initial D, right? Have you ever played the arcade machine Initial D? It makes you feel like yeah, you are in the anime, like making those hairpin turns, drifting around and everything. Sure, it has automatic drifting, but it has manual drifting, and you're supposed to, like in the anime, do the whole stick shift, driving, changing the gears. It's a grand time. And they even brought out some old classics. Like I saw there was a Time Crisis 4. I didn't play it, but just it existing in that space just made me feel good inside. And funny enough, the only arcade machine that showed off the flickering screen, like the scan lines, it shows you how old that machine was. It was amazing. But I'm just talking about like the arcade machine side. I didn't even tell you guys about the whole entire setup to where there's nothing but consoles like Nintendo Switches, Switch 2s, PS5s, mostly PS5s. That whole area is also done by Aegis Gaming. By the way, Aegis Gaming also does the arcade area, but they also do the console area where you're able to rent out controllers, go to any other setups that have the monitors and the consoles, and you just play games. You can play Smash Ultimate, you can play the new Mario Kart World, you can play the new Kirby Air Ride. I saw that as well. Like you can play so many other games, and then also with them was so like separately, but in CA, New Challenger Approaches, I believe that's the name correctly, and they hosted the fighting game tournaments. and they have their own setups and consoles there. And you can play fighting games. You can play Dragon Ball Z Fighters. You can play Street Fighter 6. You can play Tekken 8. You can play Guilty Gear Strive to practice for the tournaments that NCA is running. Really, really, really grand time. And they had PC setups to where you could play Marvel Rivals, you could play Teamfight Tactics, you could play League of Legends. You just get in, log on, boot up the game, boom, ready to go. And they even have Marvel Rivals tournaments. It was just amazing. And on top of that, there was another place. It was the retro gaming area done by the name is escaping me at the moment, but they did all of the retro game tournaments. And I have when I saw that, I was like, oh man, I gotta enter one of these tournaments. So they had tournaments like Pokemon Stadium 2. They had a a tournament for Halo. They had a tournament for Crash Team Racing. They had a tournament for Katamari Damacy. Like, it's amazing. Like, you could just roll up thinking like, oh yeah, I play these games, and you just get stomped out by other people who have played the game more than you, or some sleeper agent upstart. It's truly amazing place. And the space was truly, truly big. And you could just be here all you want. I mean, there was this area alone, it would drain so many hours out of you if you loved video gaming. Like, this is your section, this is your area. But of course, this is the only area where you find things. Remember, there's like a schedule that has other panels and events that are going on. So if you're waiting on something to happen, if you got like maybe 30 minutes to an hour to kill, head on over here, play some games, or chill and mingle with people. When your time comes, you just hop off, turn things back in, and hey, you're right there. Easy. So after we checked out the arcade area, we spun back around through to the main area, and just giving this as a B-roll. I cannot talk during this recording. We can do some B-roll footage of just me walking around through the lobby area. You can see a bunch of the other people doing cosplays. I actually wanted to go up to people and ask them if I could veto to their cosplays, but unfortunately I didn't do it this day nor any of the other days. I essentially just let people do their own thing, and let the B-roll catch them, and that is pretty much it. I also didn't take any personal pictures of my own. I generally don't do that as well. I simply just enjoy the convention as it is and enjoy the experience, take it all in, and I very quickly just lose the attention span to just capture the moment and just experience it. Like going to a concert and just leaving your phone on silent, or just leave it in your pocket, just don't even worry about it. It's just have fun and just enjoy the moments that happen. So right now I am going down to the bottom floor of the area, and these are many other rooms that take up either panels or main event spaces. Like down here is where they held the cosplay contest, and there was another room that had the anime viewing. And then after this we go upstairs to the second floor, which is technically the third floor, and we check out the top area. And this is where they had the Maid Cafe, which is done by a separate organization. This one you could not roll into freely. You had to pay for your own ticket in order to get inside and experience that Maid Cafe experience that they provided. I didn't get a ticket, so I did not bother going inside and videotaping things, just on the outside. Not even really like looking on the inside. It's just like passing through. Also up here was the manga library where they did the manga swaps, and you could read some manga on your own. They also had the Comic Con shop up here as well, where they were selling the keychains, shirts, and other things that have the original con girls on there that are tailored after the theme, which was peace and hope or love, if I remember correctly. And then also up here, there is also the tabletop room, which we'll go to eventually, and also the main other back area where they had a bunch of other rooms that they had for panels and other event spaces. And also the same floor, tucked in the back corner, is the quiet room. Now, it is what it is. It's a quiet room. It's a space to where if you needed to wind down, if you're overstimulated, if you just needed a place to refresh yourself and chill, you go to the quiet room. There's next to no noise, and anyone else in there is respectful enough of the space to, hey, let's be calm, let's be quiet, keep to yourself, do what you need to do to recharge your social battery, and once you're done, go back out there and have some fun.
I would be. I don't even want to go this guy. I'll just drum up more business for him, and I'll be good. More people should wear shirts like these. Gives them more ideas. I'm not gonna get used to this. I don't think that'll help. No, because I still can hear me. Ew. True. But I want to get used to it.
And like I said, we visited the tabletop gaming area. Now, this place was hosted by, hold on, let me get the name correct here, Red Panda Hobbies and Games. These guys are based out in Huntsville, Alabama. So they made the couple hour drives, bringing in some of their stuff and inventory and bringing their own decision of fun. And the tabletop room itself is fairly, I'd say in the middle range of as appropriateness of loudness. But there are a bunch of tables to where you can set yourself up and play some your own card games, TCGs. You can run your own adventures. Not to mention, they already have their own kind of demo board game library where they had a bunch of demo board games already on the tables. You can just go over there, play the games, have fun. They also ran some of their own stuff, be it Starfinder one-shots. They had this little mini 5e adventure type of deal where you roll up and just play a little short campaign one-shot for D&D. Pretty cool and pretty nice. And of course, they had their own drafts that you could do on demand. And as I said before, if it's a free table, hop on down, rest a bit or open up, play some games. And not even that, you could buy some of their own stuff. They had D&D books, Starfinder books, Pathfinder books, board games of different varieties. They had some Oshi Push stuff out there. For those you don't know, that's a VTuber TCG. They had Gunpla models, and they had other TCGs for sale as well. And of course, their own little accessories and things. Honestly, really nice place to where it's a hangout spot if you want to chill for some time, or if you want to make new friends by playing Magic the Gathering Commander or one thing or another.
Gets into the upping the pyramid scheme.
So it's at this point that the vendor room is sort of open already, but we didn't want to wait in. Well, not, it was almost open. No, it was open, and we didn't want to like be within that first crowd of people and like being pushed around. So we decided to go ahead and already recharge ourselves and go eat. Now you're probably wondering, all right, you're at a convention and you're probably thinking, oh, just go get what's already being served at the convention. Well, you could, but you could also like go off site. I mean, you have a pass. You don't have to like repay to enter. So as long as you have your pass, you're free to leave and come back. And with that being said, there's other food options outside of convention food. Sure, you can have the hot dog, the hamburger, chicken tenders, fries, whatever. But luckily over here in Birmingham, Alabama, since we're next to the BJCC, there is Uptown that is just a couple blocks away. And at Uptown, there's several places where you can eat. You had a Mug Shots, which is a sports bar type of place. You had an Italian pizza place. You had a fresh Mex, kind of southern Mexican type of place. You had Eugene's Hot Chicken, which is the place that we went to. And you had K&J's, which is a dessert place. So all in all, there's plenty of options. You just didn't have to spend any more money at the convention if you had to spend, eat. I mean, they had lemonade stands inside the convention where you could get like a good, nice lemonade. But if you wanted something new, you could always go outside. Of course, they also had Papa John's on the inside as well. And you could DoorDash your own food as well if you wanted to. But sometimes, it's good enough to like go outside, experience the weather, just see the sights, especially if you're coming out of town. Just walk around and enjoy the spectacle, watch out for the crazy drivers, and enjoy what the city has to offer. And you don't even have to walk to nearby. You could walk even further, or you could drive away if you found a good parking spot. That's the issue, You don't want to repay for another parking place. But as I said, we go over to Eugene's Hot Chicken, which is, unfortunately, my first time going there, even though I kind of in the area and I passed through this place multiple times. I've never once been here in all of my life. And the place really nice on the inside, got a nice vibe, playing some old school music. I was singing along and I was like, man, this is the place. And had a very nice menu. Of course, they had hot chicken. That'd be kind of weird if a place that said they were hot chicken and sell chicken. But my friend got some a catfish type of meal with some other stuff, and I had chicken tenders and waffles. And I decided to go for that because chicken and waffles kind of go nice, and it was fine. I I hear Eugene's being talked about as like this place to go to and everything, and I decided, why not go and see what the hype is about? And I wasn't overwhelmed. I wasn't that wild. Uh, Me personally, I'm not a big fan of chicken breast type of tenders, but I do understand, how hyped it is. And if I had tried something else with the waffles, I'd have a much better opinion. But I'm not saying that Eugene's is bad or anything. It's just I unfortunately didn't know chicken breast tenders. I mean, I'll still eat it. Food is food. But I'm pretty sure if I had catfish with it, or if I had chicken wings with it, or if I had whole wings with it, I'd be like, oh yeah, nah, this is the stuff. Because that waffle, whoo, with the hot syrup, whoo, that would have put me to sleep. But, it was a good time. And afterwards, when we went back, we saw a truck that had the computer graphics and images, and on one side it showed like the home screen, which we assumed it was like glitched out, but it probably might have just wanted to show the time on the outside of the truck. Maybe. Nah, I'm pretty sure that something happened. They had technical difficulties and they just don't know about it. It was a funny thing that we saw. It was cool.
I'm gonna get a motion shot over here.
Now this grand old place is the vendor room, the vendor hall, the place where your money will disappear. No, the vendor hall just gets bigger and bigger with every single year that comes around. This is no different. They got out the final view space for this area, and it's just grand. Lines upon lines of vendors and swag and things. The middle of the place was taken up by the build a host people that you could go in and build your own type of garden, your buttons, your kind of do it yourself crafts type of place. And they also had the Itashis there, the cars with the nice anime car wraps and everything. It was again another place to where you could just go and hang out with your friends, or you could just go and spend your money. Now, speaking of Itashis and speaking of the vendor hall, I will say I did not go through all the vendors this day. Well, no, we did, but I didn't film myself going through all the vendors because we took this day to scout out things. And I will say this is like my con tip for all of you out there that are watching this currently and I've never been to a convention before. Come in with a budget. If you come in multiple days, use your first day to scout the vendor hall. Scout out, see what the prices are, see what you like, what you don't like, and make a mental note, make a mental list, or make a written list of what you think you want. Mash it up with your budget, and you're good to go. Come in the next day. If you're feeling the same, you're good to go. If not, you don't have to get it. Always, always, always stick to your own budget. I did so this year. I spent way less than my budget because, of course, how things are, prices did go up. Like a basic anime figurine a couple years ago would run for like $25 in the medium range for like an average price. Now it's up to 35 and 40, and I was like, I don't know, I can't spend that much on that. But I did manage to get myself a few things, and I spent less than half, no, just a little bit more than half of my budget. But I was still within the range. I was still fine. But enough of that. Let's talk about these Itashis. Dear god, look at these things. Every time I see one of these, it makes me think, man, I need to get a car and I need to get an anime wrap for one of these. I don't care how expensive it is. I'm just gonna make that car a lawn ornament. It's just gonna be there, sitting in my driveway, looking pretty. And then if I need to go out to an anime convention, that'll be like one of the only times I'm taking that car out for a spin. It's just to stunt on people and show people, hey yo, I got this, I got this cool car. uh, but I also just love looking at them. And bikes. Oh man, they even wrap their bikes too. It's just amazing. That's all. Like I can find other words like wonderful, beautiful, excellent, fantastic, super califragilisticexpialidocious, all whatever. You know, it's. I love anime conventions. I just love being in this space in this area and geeking out, nerding out, and doing it with other people. It's it's great. It's awesome. So scouting out after scouting out the vendor hall, it was almost time for us to go to one of the things I wanted to go to was the K-pop dance competition, which I didn't realize it was like a cover dance competition sort of thing, where people who've already signed up will go on stage and dance to a song and do their best they can to essentially cover the whole song. And they had a panel of judges, of dance trainers, professional dancers, to judge the contestants. And I would show some, but I am not 100% sure if I could show any of the performances that I did. I definitely can't like let you listen to the audio. That was for sure. I don't want to get like copyright struck on these like vlog videos for that. And again, like I said, I wasn't so sure if I could show these. So that's pretty much the only other thing that I did for the day. The competition was cool. They had several solo people. There was actually one group of 4 that did it, and honestly, they could do a lot better than me. Even though that I also like to listen to K-pop once in every while, and it was really fun. It kind of inspired me. It's like, man, I should go up there and dance. Nah, I'm kidding. nah, I know where my lane is. My lane is video games, rhythm games. You know, I'll do a competition on that. I won't be doing the K-pop dances. But after that, my friend left for the day. I hung around for a while, played some more arcade games, and that was day 1 wrapped up. Uh, Honestly, day 1 pretty fun. Just meeting up with some old friends from just doing weekend things, and haven't seen people in a year or two from going to other conventions. It was nice. But day 2 is a lot more action packed, as there's a lot to cover for day 2. So I hope all of you enjoyed watching this, and if you want to see more, I mean, you don't, it's not going to be tied to if you want to see more. Subscribe if you want to help support out. Comment down below if you want to ask me any questions of what I've seen at the convention so far, and what I've done, and what's next, that sort of nature. But other than that, hope all of you have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And I hope your day is just a little bit better than it already is. With that, we'll catch y'all in the next episode for day 2. Peace.